Half knowledge is danger, we call it. No, like half news is also a danger one. That's why I'm requesting all my media friends. What I'm telling, yes, we have some stigma on the Karnataka. We have to admit that. I don't want to be an hypocrite. There is a stigma because of the previous government has done a highly corrupt. That's why half truth and half not truth. Said everything is okay. Yes, I know that. It shows a lot of corruption in the area, but unfortunately, there is no good quality roads are built up. There are schools are within 10 years collapsing. Our side, the corruption is very high in the development activities. That has to be checked. There's a big allegation from the contractor. 60% they are collecting. 60% they are collecting money from the contractors, officers are involved, ministers are involved. Even it's a meeting, I told this also, sir, we have to control this. Otherwise, we are getting bad name. And our CM is very concerned about it. I must appreciate our Honorable Chief Minister. He is very much concerned about the eradication of the corruption. In that, there is a corruption, but unfortunately, there is no witness. Corruption is a world phenomena. I will repeat, corruption is a world phenomenon. India is not that thing. Even the union government, whatever the government, it has to come. Now it is a time that we have to check. What about all the BJP government? What about the BJP party? Everywhere.
Yesterday there was a report that you called Karnataka as the #1 corrupted state in the country, sir. Why was that?
No, it is been half truth and half not truth. See, in fact, yesterday I was in Koppal district in my deputy commissioner office. There is a meeting has been held for the redressal committee for the state imbalance committee. For the regional imbalance committee. The committee has been constituted by our Honorable Chief Minister recently, headed by Mr. Govind Rao. Some of the members, they came to Koppal to ask about the Koppal district, what all happened during Nanjundappa report has been implemented, what are the improvement has been done, that's why they have come. What is the further they want to do it. So in that meeting, they have invited all the MLAs of the district and some few important organization leaders they have invited. It's an official meeting. In that official meeting, when the officers of the state, they have told, sir, this is the in sector, this sector, this sector, they said. I said everything is okay. Yes, I know that our Siddaramaiah government has given lot of money for the improvement and previous governments also given lot of money for the Karnataka area, but unfortunately, there is no good quality roads are built up. There are schools are within 10 years collapsing. It shows a lot of corruption in the area. Compared to the old Mysore area, I made it very clear, compared to the old Mysore area, our side, the corruption is very high in the development activities. That has to be checked. Yes, that has to be checked. Not only that, you mention in the report. Please give the report to the Chief Minister that I have told like this, because I am representing that area. For that, you have to make some kind of special arrangement to check all these things. I have not accused previous government, this government or that government. Because of this, there is a lot of things are happening and Karnataka is branded as one of the corrupt state, even in the administration and all these things. That's why you please mention this, I said. I never said I am #1, #2, #3 in the country. I said this is branded. That's why we have to check all these things, I said. You know that the previous government, the BJP government, there was a big allegation from the contractor, 60% they are collecting 60% they are collecting money from the contractors, officers are involved, ministers are involved. They have said all these things. Because of that, the news has been spread throughout the India. In that connection, I have told the officers to mention this. That's why this is not a new thing for me. This thing I have mentioned in the floor of the house also. Floor of the house also I told. And recently, in the Chief Minister meeting, I told this also, sir, we have to control this. Otherwise, you are getting bad name. And our CM is very, very, very concerned about that. I must appreciate our Honorable Chief Minister. He is very much concerned about the eradication of the corruption. In that connection only, he made attempt to make some committee and take report, this and he has taken, already has started. The main thing I want to make it to the news. Please, I don't make half my statement. See, in the recent this thing, we are discussing while in the budget time, CM has categorically told Excise Department, Revenue Department, Mines and Geology, Commercial Taxes, Transport Department, whichever there is a important tax collection departments are there, we have to ban this transfer on the recommendation. We have to go with the counselling. Already, that's why they have put in the budget itself. You please tell me which government, which chief minister have dared to do this. Because of the counselling, no MLA, no minister can give the letter to transfer this officer, this officer. Already my chief minister has started a big step to curb the corruption. I must congratulate him, I must happy with him.
What was exactly, sir?
What I said is branded as a corrupt state because of the
Why, sir? Why do you say that it's being
naturally, because you know all these days the things are discussing in the openly. Okay, and also I made it very clear. This because of the corruption, this transfer system, transfer of the officers, there is a heavy corruption going on. It is everyone knows that. Previous government, please understand, previous government, whatever the government, this kind of things are happening in Karnataka. That's why we discuss, that's why I told it very clearly that our chief minister has brought this counselling system. We have made it very clear in the floor of the house. It was mentioned in our budget book. But what else you want? They already have started. In further, I want to request the chief minister, we have all allegations are there in Karnataka. Not this government, that government. Even in the administration, like development works, it has to be checked. It has to be, the committee has to be constituted. If it is done, I think in future, Karnataka will be one of the good state. I appreciate that. And I am happy that my chief minister began this. And half news, half knowledge is danger, we call it. No, like half news is also a danger one. That's why I am requesting all my media friends, what I am telling, yes, we have some stigma on the Karnataka. We have to admit that. I don't want to be a hypocrite. There is a stigma. Because of the previous government has done a highly corrupt. That's why already our chief minister has taken one step in the transparency in the corruption, transfer of officers. Next step, we want to take up this. I am urging my chief minister to constitute a committee or strengthen the Lokayukta or strengthen the Vigilance committee that development works, whether it is road, whether it is a building, whether it is some other thing, it should be done in a quality manner.
Sir,
that was my intention.
Present administration, do you think there are corruption still prevailing?
See, one thing I want to make it clear. I have already told it very clearly. Corruption, who will give a witness? Who will give a witness? What I am saying, it is a general talks is going on. That is my concern. There is a general talks. But one must appreciate our chief minister is a very committed man. I am not telling to praise him. I am not sitting here for a damage control. I don't care. At least he has started, began. We must appreciate. That's why I told you in the budget book itself, we have told very clearly what all we are doing. Further, next step, I am insisting the Honorable Chief Minister do this. I am sure my Chief Minister is one of the committed man. He is a man of quality, and definitely our government will take up the issue and they will check, and the development works will also come in a quality way. Repeat.
Yeah, you're saying that there's corruption across the country. It's not limited to any party, sir. You're also casting aspersions on parties like the BJP, like
Yeah, but sir, you're the first
corruption
one to admit corruption is a world phenomena. I will repeat, corruption is a world phenomena. India is not the thing. Even the union government, whatever the governments, it has to come. Now it is a time that we have to check. Do you think that BJP government, what about all the BJP government? What about the BJP party? Everywhere. Even I want that the total election reforms has to be done. The day one the nominations are starts. See, before 20 years back, what was the election expenditure? What is today election expenditure? Everything has to be discussed. It is not one party. We have to openly, we have to done self-realization. You know, for me itself I am talking. I am talking, self-realization had to start from me itself. That's why I am telling, this debate means, I think everybody has to sit and talk about this. It's not one party. That's why I called this and I told the officers what happened in Karnataka area, and I think it is misquoted in the press. I am happy, at least something is opening. I am not blaming the press. Yes, there may be half truth and half this thing. I am appreciating. Let it debate can start.
Sir, there are several ministers or senior leaders from your party, other parties, rush to play a political blame game. They say that no, there's no corruption. Are you saying they're all in denial?
That's I'm telling. See, it's a rat race. That's I'm telling. Everybody blaming and run away, hit and run. That's why we have to start this. Everybody has to join hand.
Sir,
Everybody.
there is corruption in the system or in the government or in the bureau, like system.
See, if you ask me, yes, in the system. What is system? Everywhere, including myself, everybody has to realize we are all political leaders. We are the leaders of the country. We have to open up our thoughts. We should not be hypocrites. Let's start. Let's begin. I have abundant faith on my Chief Minister. Definitely he will take up the issue and he will start.
So in a way you accept that there is corruption, but you at the same time you accept that there is corruption in the system, but you also feel that you are...
There is a corruption, but unfortunately there is no witness. How we will prove it? That's why our young lady said that, that previous party, that party blaming each other. No, that's why we are blaming each other. That's why I'm telling, in the administration, I have asked the officers to write this. There is a corruption. That has to be checked. I never said there is a corruption in my government. In the system. What you said is the system. It has to be improved. For that only I told them to mention my name. And that's why I appreciate the Chief Minister. I made it very clear in several departments. They have already transparency has started. In like that, even in the development works, transparency has to come. Let it begin now. Let it begin now. And BJP and JDS, they don't have any moral right to speak about the corruption. They are the highly corrupt people. Former Chief Minister and many ministers went to jail in their party.